Hello, everybody. Well, today this is lesson number 4. Lesson number 4. And it's probably going to be a little bit easier lesson for you than the others have been, but very much necessary for not only this song, Amazing Grace, we're embellishing, but for others. I personally use this a lot. Of course, there again, it's important for your own personal taste, okay? I use this a lot. You may not choose to use it a lot, but on building this song up from the bare bones, we're now at this point in this hymn, this good old hymn. And so let me show you what it is. And let me put this down here. And move the camera down. Let me show you what it is. And what you're doing is your index finger stays on the first string. Okay. Now, you'll take your thumb and start with the 5th and go. Okay, then you'll go to your 4th. And what you're doing is you're hitting your 4th first, 4th first, 5th first, 5th first, 4th first, 4th first. Alright, then you go to your 3rd. 3rd first, 3rd first. Then you go to your 2nd. 2nd first, 2nd first, 2nd first. Now, I would there again start off on the 3rd string and get this down pat, because this is the one we're going to use in Amazing Grace. But let me just 3rd first, 3rd first, 3rd first, 3rd first. And of course, do it slow, you know. Get your muscle memory built up. But once you get comfortable doing that, and by the way, I don't know what really to call this. So I call it kind of a ping pong type roll, you know, ping pong, you know. So, but once you do that, I would advise then at least going up and down. Now, what this does is also, yes, this is something I use a lot in the songs, but in hymns and stuff. But I will say this, that if you may choose to not use it as much as I do, because everybody has their own style, but this is still very important, because what we're doing is, right here, we're building your thumb up. The muscle memory in your thumb, we're building it up. And this is a very, very perfect roll, if you want to call it a roll, to do that with. And so that's why you want to learn this. There again, learn this before you go to lesson 5, which of course is not out yet. But, and remember, have lesson 1, 2, and 3 down before you move on to this. But anyway, so the way I would practice this is, once you get comfortable on the 3rd, I would start going 1, 2, let's see, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. 5, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. And I would keep going back and forth, up and down, to whatever, to where you can just do that blindfolded, whatever. And just get that down good, because that is really going to establish. I said we would do some lessons to get your thumb established on this 2-finger banjo. And you want to do this. And we'll call this thumb lead, but ultimately I'm wanting to build y'all's up to where we call mixed lead, to where your index is going to the 1st, 2nd, your thumb does the 5th, 4th, 3rd strings, but that's on down the road. Right now, get this thumb built up, because I primarily like using my thumb on my melody notes, and definitely on my first 3 string, my 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. I'll use a lot of times my index on my 2nd and 1st, but right now you just keep that index on the 1st. For this particular roll, you want to keep your index on the 1st. And the reason why you want to go to your 5th, because you'll also sometimes do that in a song, a hymn. So remember, just like I said, 5, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. Just like that. Now, where you're wondering, well, where are we going to use that in Amazing Grace? Well, let me see if I can kind of start in the song here. Let's see. Here it comes. See how much better that sounds? This is what it sounds like without it. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, that's what you're doing right now. But what I'm wanting you to do now in this Amazing Grace song is go, hold on a minute, messed up. Okay, that's the only place in that song we do that. So let me play that song through slowly for you, and then you'll see where I'm doing that at. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me show you again where to put it, because all right, I played that through. That's how much better that sounds. Let me show you again. Here it comes. So you got that? And so with hymns and songs, there's the little things like this that can really embellish a song to make it sound really good. While that doesn't seem like a lot in the whole song, but doing it right there adds a lot to Amazing Grace. There again, for my ears. And, as you progress, you may do things differently. That's what this is all about, is you doing things differently and embellishing your own hymns. But that really makes a difference in the sound of this hymn. And now that's one now. Okay, so you got that down then. Okay, so remember, just hold on a minute. Let me get this off here and I'll raise this camera back. Yeah, oh, I got my head stuck in it. Yeah, but anyway. So, you've got that, so you want to get that down. That's one way. Like I said, even if you're probably going to use that because you're going to like it. So even if you think you might not use that very much, you want to do it because it's going to build your thumb up. I mean, it's going to really build your thumb up. And that's now, after this, let's see, we've got 2 more embellishments I'm going to teach you. And then we will be done with Amazing Grace. But here's what I think we're going to do. I have one more embellishment I'm going to have to teach you because it's used quite a bit. Or actually, let me rephrase that. It's not an embellishment. I have one more roll that I need to teach you. Well, there's many rolls I'm going to teach you, but this roll that I'm going to teach you on lesson number 5, that will be about that roll. Because to move to the next song, you're going to need to know how to do this roll. You're very familiar with this song, and I think this hymn, and I think that you will really like playing this hymn. It's just a little faster than Amazing Grace, and it's played all over the world by many different people, guitar, banjos, whatever. It's sung all the time, but I'll wait and tell you the song once you learn the next roll. And I'll get that video out probably a little sooner because you may, you'll probably catch on to this ping pong roll faster than the bum ditty, since you're already doing the bum ditty. And also that bum ditty where you go up and down the strings, we're building that thumb up. We're getting your index finger getting good on that first string, getting your thumb built up. This is all about muscle memories when it comes to these rolls. And what it is, you want to get these rolls down pat, because any banjo player that's been playing for a while will tell you that whenever they get them rolls down, even clawhammer banjo players that play clawhammer style, when they get that down, they're not even paying attention to this hand. That way their concentration can be up. That way their concentration can be on this hand, playing the fretboard and everything. So remember, you can do this. If you can type, ride a bike, text, whatever, this is no different. You can do these rolls. So get this down, and Lord willing, we'll see each other on lesson number 5. So God bless you. And I would like to, one thing I did not mention, there again, I need to mention this at the beginning of the video, be sure your banjos are in tune. You've got to have your banjos in tune, because if they're not, you're not going to develop that ear for playing by ear. And that's what this is all about too, is playing by ear. You know, we don't want to get into tablature and that sort of thing. That handicaps you as far as I'm concerned. Tablature can be a great learning tool to start off with, but sometimes people can get hooked on that tablature, and to where they're just looking at the numbers and what strings to hit instead of getting their ear built up. So that's why everything we're doing is by ear. I don't do tablature. So this is front porch picking, and this is the way they learned back then. They didn't have tablature back then. They came out with it. I mean, it's probably been out 100 years or so, but before that, or maybe it's not even been out that long. But it's a great learning tool starting off, but you'll see people that's been playing for, and I want to make it clear, I'm not being critical of these people at all. If that's what they enjoy, well, absolutely do it. I mean, if that's what you enjoy, is carrying a book this thick with tablature with all these songs and hymns and a stand to put it on and sit there in a group and watch that tablature while you're playing. I mean, for me, I wouldn't play the banjo if I had to do that. But there again, and I'm not being critical of anybody that does, because honestly, if that is the way you enjoy playing the banjo, then you go at it. And just like you may not like playing by ear and say, well, I wouldn't play the banjo if I had to play it by ear. So everybody's different and likes to do things differently, but this is the way we're doing this. Front porch picking. So anyway, God bless y'all, and I would like to say John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And like I said, we don't know whether we're going to be here today or tomorrow. And I noticed when I'm looking at you guys, there's like this, it looks like the last video I did, I think it did it too. It looks like there's this floating feather or something, a little bug going around the video. That's in this thing right here, because there's nothing like that in the house. I just thought I'd tell y'all that. It's like, what is that? Because it kind of, when I'm concentrating on trying to teach you, I see that, and it kind of throws me off guard and everything. So anyway, so if all of a sudden I clam up, you might see that thing floating around. And that's what I'm looking at, because what I'm looking at in here is what you all see on the video. But anyway, God bless y'all, and thanks for viewing.